Hey everyone, welcome to Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now in this video, I'm going to discuss how after watching all of the TV spots, the behind the scenes featurettes, and the final trailer for Halloween Ends, I have completed my theory of how Cory Cunningham truly fits into this storyline. Now I don't know for certain, of course, but I feel that the evidence provided in these trailers and promos, along with David Gordon Green's own words, make this theory I'm about to share very plausible and, dare I say, very likely to happen. Let's go! So before the final trailer came out and all of these crazy amount of TV spots came out and behind the scenes spots as well, before all these came out, I was really thinking misdirection is being done here. But after seeing everything that's out there, I think the time, guys, has come to accept David Gordon Green at face value. He's not trying to trick us. There's no misdirection, bait and switch in play. He's being straight up with how he's written the story for Halloween Ends. And when you look back on his interviews and look at all of the footage we have seen now, it goes perfectly together. It really does. So first, let's look at these images as I get into this theory and what I'm going to share with you, what I believe is going to be what we see in Halloween Ends, and it enforces how important the character of Cory Cunningham is. I believe that he is going to absolutely be almost the central focus of this movie. I think him and Laurie are going to have concurrent lead stories, if you will. They're both going to be featured with their own individual stories, but of course they're intertwined as well. So let's go ahead and look at these images, and I'll kind of lead you to how I came to the conclusion that I've reached. So the first thing I want to point out is that these images and these trailers have confirmed with us that there is a relationship with Cory and Allison. They are absolutely, boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever you want to call it. They are together. Okay, so he's in with the Strodes already here. So we know that's the case. We also know that Cory interacts with Laurie. We've got this interaction here, and there's probably a lot more that we're going to have between them as the movie goes on. So that's key to talk about because I want to get that out front before I go into the main theory. Just want to establish that Cory has the inside connection with Allison and thereby knows Laurie. Okay, so we'll put that aside for now, but that's just, I wanted to get that up front. Now, as we get further into these images and what the theory really is that I believe, guys, we're going to find out that this copycat we've been hearing about, this copycat killer, this copycat Myers, is going to in fact be Cory Cunningham. And there's evidence I'm going to show you from these trailers in these coming images that supports that. And then there's even more after that. So make sure you watch the whole video. I'm going to lay this out for you in two different ways, visually and audibly. So stay with me. So first up, we have the outside of the sewer entrance. So this is going to be the point where Cory and Michael are going to be coming in and out of. And we see Cory here looking inside into the sewer. And here's the tunnel that I'm sure he's seeing there. And then we see him inside the sewer. And then, of course, the famous scene from the trailer where he's grabbed by Michael Myers. And we know they have that moment where he's strangling him. And we see Myers' mask here. And, man, it looks good in terms of, like, it looks bad, but it looks good looking bad, if you know what I'm saying. It's like, yes, you can tell he's been in there a long time. Like, I really believe that 4-year period, it's believable. He has been hunkered down and hibernating in this sewer. And then we see this scene. I'm just throwing it in because I just love it, where Myers grabs the knife And if you see that knife, I mean, it is rusty, blood stains. It's just gross, right? You need a tetanus shot if you're going to get punctured by that thing. So anyway, but here's what I want to get to, though. I really want to focus now. So we know Cory's in here. They have this moment. And then we see Myers here looking at him. So Cory's on the ground. He's looking down at him. And then we get this close-up shot of Michael's eyes. We see Michael's face here, the eyes, and then we get this close-up shot of Cory's eye. And they are locking in eyes, guys. That's the point of this is it seems to really emphasize eye contact. Like they are locking one another's eyes. They're seeing each other. And I believe at this point, I really do believe this is the moment in time where there is going to be an exchange, an immaterial, spiritual type of exchange from Michael to Cory. And I believe that when Cory comes out of the sewer, and you see here, he does come out. When you see him coming out, I believe that it's almost like, think of it like this. The seed was planted inside of him at that moment. And then what's going to happen is, as the movie progresses, I believe that seed grows stronger in Cory. Because remember, what Loomis said, it's that Myers has the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. And there's this immaterial evil. We don't know what it is, and that's the beautiful thing. It's a mystery. But there's an immaterial evil inside of Michael Myers, the man. And Michael Myers at this point is ready to die. Literally, he is ready to die. He has been gone 4 years, off to basically like an old dog would go off, old Yeller or what have you, would go off to die. And that's what this is. This is where Cory finds him in, that condition. So I believe that Michael himself is well aware his time is up. And so when Cory comes down there and he has him captive for just a little bit and he locks eyes, and there's something there with the eyes, guys. The connection is made, and there will be a transfer of evil into Cory. And then we have this next image where Cory's on the stairwell. You guys have seen it. And he basically is telling whoever he's talking to, don't know who that is yet, but he tells them that Michael's coming for them. It's going to happen. He's going to come back for you. And, and that look on his face too, the way when he says it, it really does. He looks almost like he's enjoying it. Next time you watch the trailer, pay attention to how Cory's face looks as he shares that. He looks like he's reveling in it almost. And I think he is. I think that's exactly what's happening. Now, we've gone through these images, right? We've gone through these images, and I want to show these to you, but there's more than that. I also want to now share with you David Gordon Green's own words, because he actually spoke about this, it was about a month ago or so now, in one of his many behind-the-scenes interviews, and he talked about the relationship between Cory and Michael. So let's listen to David Gordon Green himself.
We meet Michael in this chapter. He's been out of the headlines for 4 years. He's kind of gone dormant, and he's in bad shape. And he's gone away to rot. Kind of like an animal will just walk into the woods and die. And I think he's kind of awaiting that when he meets an unlikely new colleague, I think the energy that they feed off of each other in some ways reawakens what he's capable of.
So hearing David Gordon Green say these things, it really does, in my mind, solidify that what we have seen in these images and in these trailers and these TV spots, they are what they are. Like this, he's being completely upfront with this. He's not trying to, to hide it from us. He's not trying to keep it a secret or anything like this. I mean, he tells us in his own words how Myers has been out of the headlines for 4 years. He's in bad shape. He's dormant, and he's basically gone away to rot like animals go out to the woods to die. That's what Michael's done. And that's why Michael's in that horrible condition when we see Cory find him in these trailers and these images. And then the part that really, for me, it cements this theory that I have had and been kicked around on live streams for quite some time. You guys that have been listening to the live streams, you've heard this before, so it's not really new. It's just something that I am now taking what before was a much softer approach to it, thinking that maybe there was some bait and switch misdirect going. I now do believe, I've changed my view, that it's going to happen. I'm firmly believing this. Now, that doesn't mean it will, and it doesn't mean I necessarily want it to go this way, but I do believe that this is what will happen, okay? So it all ties in. It all ties in. And don't forget, way back, it's probably been 2 or 3 months now, when David Gordon Green came out and was very open about the heavy influence of Christine on this film. And not just a little. It was so much of an influence that he literally gave John Carpenter the script to look it over and make sure that what he had written was not too close to Christine. He's literally worrying about plagiarizing Christine's story. That's how much this is influenced by it. So I think we need to literally pay attention and take David Gordon Green at his, at face value, at literally what he's saying. And whether I end up ultimately being right or wrong, either way, doesn't really matter. This is exactly what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to take this approach, and we'll just see if it turns out to be correct or not. So kind of to recap everything and just to level set exactly what I'm predicting that we're going to see, what I think we have been told by David Gordon Green and through the trailers and other interviews that we are going to see is simply this. Number one, Michael has gone dormant for 4 years, waiting to die. That's where he's been, and that's the condition that he's in. He's weak. He's in a weakened condition. Number two, that Cory has an obsession for Michael and seeks him out. And he finds him, and rather than being killed by Michael, rather than Michael killing Cory when he has him in his grips, there is a transfer of darkness, of evil into Cory when they lock eyes in the sewer. I believe that transfer happens in the sewer. And then Cory leaves the sewer, and now gradually as the movie progresses, turns into the copycat Myers. It's much like Artie and Christine. It's going to be a gradual turning as the movie goes until finally he's wearing Michael's mask himself, and the evil has taken over him. He completely has surrendered into the spirit of that evil that's within him. Therefore, I now believe that Laurie does kill Cory in the kitchen attack that we've seen multiple times. He is the one who she unmasks. So in that scene where she pulls the mask up, that will be Cory Cunningham. She sets the mask down by the bloody knife, and then Michael shows up and picks that mask up. Maybe he senses Cory's dead. I don't know. But either way, he retrieves his mask from the table or floor, whichever it is that we've seen in the trailer. And the final act then ensues, and that final battle between Michael and Laurie, along with Allison, and hopefully Hawkins. I would love to see him involved. This final battle we've all been waiting for kicks off until the conclusion of the story. So that is my theory, guys. I'm sticking with it. I'm not going to change it. I'm locked it in. This is what I think is going to happen. And then it's just going to be a matter now when the movie comes out to see how close I was. Was I 80% there, 100% there, halfway there, whatever. That's the fun part, is how close will I be in being correct on this theory rolling out. but I believe that's what's going to happen. All right, everyone. Now, I want to know how you feel about this theory. Do you believe these clues, these interviews, all of these trailers? Do you believe also, as I do, that that's pointing us into this direction, that Cory Cunningham is indeed Michael Myers' accomplice, as right, an unlikely colleague, as David Gordon Green said? I want to hear your opinions, thoughts, ideas, and theories, and what you expect to see in Halloween Ends, as we're now just 2 weeks away from the movie coming out. So leave your comments below in the comments section of this video right now so we can discuss it. Well, guys, that's it for this update, but I'll be back soon with more Halloween Ends and other horror movie content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thanks for watching.